shout to me, bro.
What up? What up? What up? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dre Day podcast. I'm your host with the most, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own, Dre Day. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, it's right there on the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend, all that good stuff. This video here, soul clap. I'm doing these soul claps a lot lately, so let's do soul clap. Soul clap for the Barbie, Angel Reese, and also for the Dream starters, but I'm gonna get to that later. But the Atlanta Dream took on the Indiana Fever earlier, and I was able to watch that game. I was basically 10 minutes in from finishing my work before the game started. So I was able to, just sit down and watch the game at its entirety. And we were in for a treat. We was very much in for a treat. I'm not going to say that the Atlanta Dream needed this game, but when you had played them a few weeks ago, they really weren't themselves, right? Listen, I did a video about it, and I honestly didn't like the way allishagray and rhynehoward played. Hell, there was some people saying that how, the WNBA called them and told them, lose this game. We can't have Indiana losing 3 straight after the beating that they had took from Golden State and Portland. You had people saying that how the WNBA probably called Atlanta and told them to lose this game. But this game here, they played a lot better. A lot better, especially rhynehoward, especially on both sides of the ball. And basically, from the beginning of the game, she basically made her presence felt, whether it was on offense and defense. So salute to rhynehoward for that. Listen, there's a lot of takeaways I have in this game, and it's going to be takeaways on both sides. Hold on a second. I need to put my phone on vibrate. I usually do that before I record. Pardon self. There's some takeaways that I have in this game, but I definitely, again, I want to salute the Atlanta Dream starters, all the starters, because all of them played this game. I'm not gonna say they don't take their game serious. They don't take their game serious because obviously they do. But this game in particular, each one of them answered the bell. They were on the same chord. They was communicating. They was shifting on defense. They was doing their thing. Jordincanada, 18 points, 5 assists, 1 turnover. rhynehoward, 6 for 12, 16 points. Excuse me, 6 assists, 1 turnover. Allishagray, 17 points, 6 for 11 from the field, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Nazhillmon, 17 points, 4 for 8, 3 for 5 from the three-point line, 2 turnovers. And then obviously, Angel Reese had the night that she had, 21 points, 11 rebounds. 11 rebounds, 4 turnovers. Listen, when this team is on a court like this, and then they got help from their bench, and that's the one thing, if you've really been paying attention to the Atlanta Dream this young season, because again, the season is very young. If they don't get support from their bench, it's going to be a struggle. You're putting a strain on these starters to really go out there and bring it on home. But this game in particular, their bench really showed up. Really showed up. Oh, my God. They got 19 points off their bench. So when you can have all 5 of your starters be on a court like that, and you get support from your bench, Atlanta is going to be that legitimate threat that we all suspected they would be when they acquired Angel Reese. And then remember, Brianna Jones has not returned yet. And again, there's still no timetable for her to return. I love when they show her on camera, though, because, I'm not going to hold you, man. That is one beautiful woman. But, hey, stay focused. But, yeah, the Atlanta Dream played well. This might have been they played great. Let me say that. They played great. This might have been their best game overall this season. And then again, Angel Reese is continuing to show out in that Atlanta Dream uniform. She was getting to the paint she was already in the paint, but she was just dropping buckets in the paint at will. Like, it was nothing they could do. I mean, Aliyahboston had her moments here and there where she forced the jump ball. She got a block off of her, but for the most part, when Angel Reese was in that paint, when she was getting that ball, it was nothing that they could pretty much do. Listen, again, I have a lot to unpack with Indiana. I do have a lot to unpack with them. And I want to say this because I know there's a lot of people out there that have this they have this theory that I hate Clark. I don't hate Clark. I don't like her stands. I hate her stands. I hate her apologists. I don't hate her. I just tell the truth. And unfortunately, some people don't like it. And then when I do speak it, I'm deemed a hater or a racist. Well, you ready for this? Stands. I'm actually going to give Clark props today. I'm going to give her props. She played. I'm not going to say she played great. But she played good. What I loved about her performance was she didn't rely on the threes too much. She only took 5, made 2 of them. All right. At least she not out there trying to lick up 7, 8, 9 threes. She only took 5, made 2 of them. She was getting to the basket. Again, she wasn't relying on the threes. And listen, I said it in my last video. She's working on that mid-range. So I was very much at work impressed with her performance to a degree. Now, obviously, her average in turnovers, 5. That's how many she had in this game. She still had 5 turnovers. For me, the MVPs of this game for Indiana, Aliyahboston and Kelsey Mitchell, because in that fourth quarter, when they made that run, because I want to say towards the end of the third quarter, it kind of looked like Atlanta was walking away with the game. And then Clark is on the bench, and then the fourth quarter comes around, and the fever just surged with a comeback. And the 2 leaders of that surge was Aliyahboston and Kelsey Mitchell. Like, Kelsey Mitchell, man, like, it's like when, like take this game, for example. It was like every time Atlanta scored, And once Kelsey Mitchell got that ball, she just scored at the drop of a dime. It's like, damn, like, shit, like, Atlanta just scored. God damn. Kelsey Mitchell gets busy. And when she has a game like this, it's money. And then Aliyahboston, 23 points, 8 rebounds. Once again, she's in foul trouble. It seems like her and Caitlin-Clark this year are drastically in foul trouble this season. Very much. Kelsey Mitchell, 10 for 15, 26 points. Again, it was like in the fourth quarter, it's like every time she shot the ball, it went in. But then again, dating back to Caitlin-Clark, I know I just said that I was somewhat impressed with her performance. However, that behavior with the refs again, it's like, yo, it's like I'm trying to give you some leadway. I'm trying to give you ultimate props. And then your behavior again oversees it. Like this complaining to the refs is getting ridiculous now. And it's one thing to complain to the refs, but you be all up in their grill complaining and don't nothing happen to you. Like you don't get no tech, you don't get nothing. But if it be other players, they get a tech at the drop of a dime. But for some reason, when you bark at these refs, because that's exactly what you be doing, when you be barking at these refs, don't nothing come out of it. Nothing. No technical foul, no nothing. And I just think that shit is crazy to me. And then people, and then you wonder why some people say that she got a special whistle, because she could basically do what she want and there's no consequences for it. But let's get to my takeaways in this game. Indiana could have won this game. I mean, they only lost by 7 points, if I'm not mistaken. What was it? 108, 101? Let me check right now. 108, 101. You could make a case that Indiana probably could have won this game. What killed them was the turnovers. They had 20 turnovers. Well, actually, they had 17 turnovers. They gave up 20 points off those turnovers. And then they was getting abused in the paint. Like Atlanta, listen, we all know Shaq Diesel, and we know his famous saying, barbecue chicken alert. Well, Atlanta had 60 points in the paint. 60. It was like they was getting in the paint at will. It was nothing Indiana could do. So you factor in the points in the paint that they gave up. You factor in the 17 turnovers, and they got 20. Atlanta got 20 points off those turnovers. And then you factor in Caitlin-Clark missing 4 free throws. That's not like her. She's one of the best free throw shooters in the W. And then I think for 2 straight games now, because I think against Toronto, she missed 4 she missed 4 free throws as well. So that's 2 times now where she's missed 4 free throws in consecutive games. That's the first time I can ever recall her doing that. Because like I said, she's one of the best free throw shooters in the W. But listen, Angel Reese, man. Angel Reese, like I'm telling you, like we already knew she was good. You know, it's just the naysayers that always got something negative to say about her. But the fact that she's with an organization that supports her, that's the key. That support her, that ride for her. And this is how she's showing her gratitude. Now, what I don't like is how the coach for Atlanta kept her in the game when she had 3 fouls, and then she winds up getting her 4th before halftime. Now, luckily, usually when a player gets 4 fouls before halftime, they usually have a mediocre game for the rest of the game. Not Angel Reese. She took that and used it as fuel and balled out in that 4th quarter. And then obviously at the end of the game, she basically iced it away when Kelsey Mitchell went for a double team. And then Angel Reese just cut to the basket. I don't remember who it was that threw that pass to her. It was a beautiful pass, and then she wound up getting the and one, and that basically just wrapped up the game right there. But yeah, I definitely listen. I enjoyed this game. I definitely enjoyed this game. And again, salute to the Atlanta Dream, because all they starters, not only did they all score 16 plus points, each and every one of them was 50% from the field. All 5 of them. Angel, Jordan, Laz, allishagray, and rhynehoward. And I want to salute damn, what's her name? She was doing commentary. LaChina Robinson, I think that's what her name is. She said like she said something that I think people really need to pay attention to. He was basically giving props to rhynehoward. And she was basically, I'm basically paraphrasing what she was saying. She was talking about how hard she plays on defense. And basically, in a nutshell, again, I'm just paraphrasing, but she was basically saying that how we live in a society where points, rebound, and assists is the end all be all. But rhynehoward does both. She can do that and play defense on a higher level. So basically, in a nutshell, she's basically saying that defense needs to be held to that high standard as well, just like offense does. That's basically what she said. Now, I definitely want to salute her for saying that, because again, there's so many people out there. They don't they ignore that defense. All they talk about is points, rebounds, assists. There's more than basketball than just those 3 things. So I definitely want to salute LaChina Robinson for even illustrating that. Now, I do want to say this about Indiana, though. Sophie Cunningham, she's been killing it as of late with the 3-pointers. Primarily that game against Toronto a few nights ago. And then even this game. I think this game, let me see. This game, Sophie Cunningham had 12 points, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. But for some reason, they wasn't running no plays for her. None. They was not running no plays for her. You would think after the performance she had against Toronto and just the way she's been shooting the 3 this season, you would have more plays designed for her, but no. No. Now, before I go, I definitely want to play this video for you, because it's I'm trying to find the right word. Stephaniewhite was being interviewed at the end of the game. And that run that I talked about that Atlanta made when Caitlinclark was on the bench, I want to play the clip that Stephaniewhite, the interview that she had. Hold on a second.
In on the defensive end of the floor, got stops. We rebounded it well, and we moved it on offense. We made it a little bit more difficult because the ball got side to side. We got some higher quality looks and knocked them down.
The Dream had 60 points in the paint.
I thought that group really dug in on the defensive end of the floor, got stops. We rebounded it well, and we moved it on offense. We made it a little bit more difficult because the ball got side to side. We got some higher quality looks and knocked them down.
The Dream had 6.
Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Oh, man. I know them apologists ain't gonna like that comment. I know they're not gonna like that comment, but hey, she didn't lie. She didn't lie. While Caitlinclark was on the bench with those 5 fouls, the Atlanta Dream almost blew that game, because that's where Indiana made their run. And that's when she was on that bench. And I remember when she came back in the game, I was saying, yo, as soon as she come back in this game, your ultimate goal is to try to foul her out. That should be Atlanta's goal, to try to foul her out as soon as she come back in this game. But Rhynehoward understood the assignment. When it was crunch time and a basket needed to be made, she knew, oh, I got her guarding me. Like, this is what I was hoping this is the onus I was hoping she would have did the first time they played. But again, she wasn't playing aggressive for me at all. But this game, and especially in crunch time in that fourth quarter, when a basket needed to be made and you had Caitlin guarding you, she knew the assignment. Drive to that lane on her. And I think Carol Lawson was like, that's a grown woman right there. That's a grown woman right there. But yeah, again, I enjoyed this game. They play again on Saturday, so I guess you could say it's somewhat a back-to-back. But the first 2 times they played, it was in Indy. This weekend on Saturday, they'll be playing in the A, so I'll look forward to that game as well. I'll look forward to watching that as well. But y'all hit me in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think. What was y'all takeaway from the game? And listen, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. Also, hit that notification bell so that way, once a video is uploaded, you will get a notification letting you know I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video of Sports Way with Dre Day podcast. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here.